Yo, what is good everyone? It's your boy OJ here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda Wii U, or the next big Legend of Zelda game. And there's been a lot of mystery surrounding this title, and I want to implore all of you guys to check out M.Productions' video on this. It was very good. He did a discussion with HMK and I think Commonwealth Realm. I'll have a link to that video in the description below. But I wanted to talk about Zelda Wii U, or the next Zelda, and give my thoughts on it because I really haven't made any Zelda videos as far as me discussing it in a while. So a while back I kind of made a controversial video where I said that it needs to come, the next Zelda needs to come to the Wii U and to the Nintendo NX, and I still stand by that. I still think that it needs to come to both systems. But let's just talk about the game itself. The Legend of Zelda is one of those franchises that really captivates the mind and captivates the souls and captivates what it kind of is to be a Nintendo fan. There's so many various elements of games as far as exploration, combat, story. There's just so many great things about The Legend of Zelda and what people like about it and what the core essence of a Nintendo game is. Just tight controls, really good gameplay innovations, mechanics, all of that good stuff is what Zelda is. And in order for Zelda to be the best type of game that it can be, Eiji Aonuma and his team has to push the limit. They have to push the envelope. In recent interviews, Eiji Aonuma talked about they're working really hard on the game and they're really challenging the traditional conventions of Zelda, and saying that they look at fan feedback, but then they don't always try to put exactly what fans say, because then you lose the element of surprise if everything that the fans say should be in there ends up being in there. So they like taking the game and adding new surprises and twists. And he says that The Legend of Zelda for Wii U will have those surprises and twists. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because Zelda's always shied away from adding the obvious things that people think it should have, like a Skyrim or a Fallout, like a really complex RPG mechanics or anything like that. Zelda really hasn't done that at all. They've done a few things here and there with Skyward Sword and stuff like that, but they've never really went into that route. So I don't know if that's going to make a return. But to have an open world game without any type of RPG elements, that's a challenge in itself. Like without any type of like leveling or anything like that, because Zelda has kind of just stayed away from that. So it's going to be interesting to see how they say, how can we make this fun? How can we make this playable and cool and not have people level up and not have people get these type of quests that would get them like loot or more experience? Because in Zelda you don't really do that either. You don't really have multiple weapons to where you're using all the time and that each one can be upgraded and things like that. Or maybe this is where they add that type of stuff into that, to where you can get multiple different weapons and each weapon can be upgraded in more of a serious fashion, like a Skyrim or like a Fallout, not necessarily in the basic fashion as like Skyward Sword or other games have done stuff like that before. This little minuscule upgrade. So is this Zelda game actually going to be a game to where it's going to be complex as far as the mechanics of each weapon and things like that? That's going to be interesting, because having an open world game and to not have those type of elements, it's tough to get people like, what are you going to do in the game? Like, what are side quests going to reward you with? Just heart pieces in an open world game? One of the really cool things that I want to talk about as far as The Legend of Zelda Wii U is traversal. They showed off the little sailcloth thing that Link was going on. They also showed off the horse, Epona, that he can ride, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like enemies can just attack you at any point just from the reveal trailer, and just the different ways of traversing the place, maybe possibly getting out of danger or heck running headfirst into it. I think in an open world game, traversal is obviously super important. Having multiple ways, whether it be like Grand Theft Auto, there's so many different ways you can traverse the towns. The Witcher, you have your horse, fast travel, stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I really want to see them do, because they really made an emphasis on that in both videos, or in all the stuff that we've seen of the reveal trailer. They showed off the sailcloth, they showed off the horse. They wanted to make sure that they got that in, that there's going to be multiple ways that you can move around this massive open world. Alright, so that basically wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all of you guys coming out here, and also please hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more discussions on Zelda in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. Thanks a lot guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.